We spend a great portion of our lives, unfortunately, standing still. If you take a look at the last 10 years of your lives, it went by like this. You see it faster when you have a young child in the house. 10 years for you, it's a flash. 10 years for the child, and that child is not a child anymore. If you look outside your window in the cities that you live in, everything moves. If you came 10 years ago to Penang, Penang is different. Wherever you live in the world right now, 10 years, new buildings have come up, new roads have come up. But in your life, where you are your own hero or heroine, it's a standstill. This cannot be. Because none of you can promise me that you will be here tomorrow morning. If I were to offer you a class tomorrow morning, be here at 6 a.m., I will teach you to make $1 million in 30 days, right? Who wants to come? Why? Because even that is not in your hands. I remember many years ago when I went to Dubai for the first time, and I had a meeting going on, and it was one of my first times that I went to the Middle East, and I was sitting there talking, and this meeting was going on, and we took a 5-minute break. I said, we'll meet back here in 5 minutes. And everybody else there was saying to me, Inshallah. I was like, what? 5 minutes. And they said to me, Inshallah. So it was a realization to me at that time. If they only believed in what they say, if they only understood what it meant, their lives will change. Just that one word, Inshallah, simply means by will of God, by grace of God. That's all. It means 5 minutes is not in your hands. And you just wasted 10 years. When I asked you just now, how many of you felt that 10 years had gone just like this? Everybody was nodding their heads. 5 minutes is not in your hands, and you waste 10 years. The gift of life is so precious. You spend the first 20 years of your life being a baby, being a teenager, being a child, right? Again, 1/3 of your life gone. Literally, you're left with the remnants of your life, which is the next 10, maybe 20 years. If you live till you're 80, that's already 1/4 of your life left. That's all you have. Not enough time. If you spend 5 to 10 years working and building this business, then you need to have at least 5 to 10 years to be able to enjoy it. Yes? Otherwise, it just goes to someone else. Are you with me? Your time is running out. If you take a look right now, the fact that you are sitting here today, the fact that you are able to come to this event means you have somehow a roof over your head. You have food to eat today. You have a roof over your head, you have food to eat, you're wearing clothes and you're sitting here. You're better off than 80% of this planet. And yet you take your life so easily. This is the height of stupidity. So you had your fun and games. Now the serious learning begins. And we start tonight. I don't even want to wait till tomorrow, because even 5 minutes is precious. You know what's the difference between you and those people up there who were talking to you just now? Would you like to know? There are many differences, but there is one very particular and very important difference. It's simply this. It's called a sense of urgency. They mean what they say. They say what they mean. You, on the other hand, you take life too easily. You think that life is in your hands. Every time you think that and you make plans. I was talking to the in-service yesterday and I said to them, every time you make plans in your head, you're planning for tomorrow, for next year, for next month, planning to go on vacation, planning to do this, planning to do that. It is very important that you build dreams. You must have dreams. You must have aspirations. But don't build castles in the air and then decide you are already going to live in that castle in your head. Are you with me? That's called daydreaming. See, one is having a dream, an aspiration, and building that dream. Daydreaming is you sitting down there with nothing better to do with your life and imagining that you are in your own movie. And that's what we do. Most of our life is spent daydreaming. So much so that we cannot differentiate between reality and daydreaming. We start living in these castles that we build in the air. When you start building castles in the air, that is called neurosis. When you start living in that castle, that is called psychosis. When someone comes along and charges you rent to live in your own castle, that is called a psychiatrist. And that's what you are doing. You're paying this guy to come and tell you how not to live in your castle. Now, what does that mean? You need to move out of daydreaming into reality. Because it is here that your dreams need to be built. And it's up to you to take yourself seriously. And if you do not have a sense of urgency, Arey Baba, what are you doing with your lives? You are here right now, today, sitting on that side of the chair for one reason, and only one reason. Because you are not yet where you want to be. You know you can be better. You know you need to be better. That you should be better. That you must be better. You also know exactly why. You need to cross over into reality and start building your dreams here. Your journey now, over the next 5 days, is very important. You're going to listen to people who went up there to speak. People who have actually made the journey before you and are truly successful. You're not talking to somebody who's writing a story. You're talking to somebody who's sharing their lives. Which is a very big difference. They're sharing their tears. They're sharing their laughter. They're sharing their ambitions. They're sharing their aspiration. They're sharing with you how they made the journey. You spend about 8 hours a day sleeping, roughly, right? Yes, no, what? That's 1/3 of your day gone. You spend the other 8 hours doing everything else, right? Traveling to work, coming back from work, cooking, cleaning, whatnot. Again, none of this is going to help you build your business. None, right? That's the first realization you must have. And that's where the beginning of a sense of urgency starts. Without that sense of urgency, you are lost. You must be wondering somewhere in the back of your head, why is it when I make a presentation, when I'm talking to somebody, the impact is not there? True? Yes or no? Japa said earlier when he was talking, in about 3 to 4 months, he built 6,000 people. Right? See, Japa was carrying less garbage in his head than you are right now. You have so much garbage in here that your garbage gets in the way of everything that you do. You pick up everyone's garbage. In effect, you are the rubbish collector for the neighborhood. You're laughing at me, but any time anybody drops a rumor, what happened? Who said what? Where did it happen? How? You want to know. Garbage in, garbage out. That's what you're doing. Somebody else's problem becomes your problem. And then you become somebody else's problem. This continues. Where does this stop? You're not somebody's solution, you're somebody's problem. Be grateful that you're here at this time, at this place. Because it's no accident. We just agreed, even the next 5 minutes is not in your hands, yes? We agreed. If that's the case, this second that you are here right now is because He wills it. And if He wills it, that means you have a purpose in being here. It's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence. You are here because there is something very specific that you need to change, you need to learn, you need to do. The only way is, as I pointed out, build your relationships. Build without your ego. Build with humility.